What is up, YouTube family? This is Colin, Future RN, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining for this video. I'm super excited to be jumping right back in semester 2 with you guys, as well as obviously the main topic of Nurse Extern. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and like and comment. To my 12 or 13 subscribers, thank you guys for your faithfulness. We are gearing back up. As you can see, we got binders out, we got schedules going, we have our desk ready to go. We are getting back into the swing of things. Semester 2 starts just in a few days, and I'm already in the midst of studying again for some medication exams that we'll have right into the entry of the semester, as well as other skills and those types of things like head to toe. They do often, I think, just about every, at least the first 2 semesters. So, guys, I'm super excited for it. Had a great summer, learning a ton of information in regards to, experience, practical experience, caretaking. I had a month of caretaking. I've been able to study the NCLEX a little bit and just been able to kind of hopefully use my time wisely. So I'm excited to get back into the semester. I'm excited to have you guys along for the ride. And I wanted to jump right into this. Nurse Extern. This video is hopefully to be able to encourage you guys and maybe even assist you guys in being able to know maybe a path to be able to at least apply and get your foot in the door in places. I have been able to get a nurse externship by God's grace only after 1 semester of nursing school. And so if you look at it historically, and even programs, professors, other students, they all usually say, hey, you need to have 2 or 3, even 3rd into 4th semester type of experience and be that far in the nursing program in order to have a hospital want to hire you, because you won't have that many skills before that. And so they recommend that, hey, after 2 or 3, if you want to do semesters at a nursing school, for me it's 4 total, that's why I'm using that terminology, that you should be able to apply after that. Well, I knew that, I heard that, and I knew that after semester 1, you didn't really hear about people getting extern positions. So really what I did, and there was really 2 things I did. Right after semester 1 ended, knowing how the semester went, kind of getting a feel for the very basic foundational things like vitals and AccuChecks and patient care and bedside care and communication and introducing yourself to the patient or a doctor, and those basic things, which it's a lot to learn as a new nursing student. And so as I've kind of got out of the semester, I thought, man, I wonder if I just apply to positions any hospital positions, to be able to get my foot in the door and get some kind of experience, because I have 0 medical experience. I do have previous degrees, but I do not have any medical experience, particularly in hospital. My previous field was strength and conditioning, so I have worked in physical therapy clinics. I have worked in performance and human performance centers. Also, I've worked in, check this out right here. My wife gave me that. Boom. So, I have worked in some of those environments where there is some medical side of it, but not anything to do with the hospital for myself. So, I have, I just thought, man, I need to get into some kind of role. So when semester 1 ended, I probably applied to at least maybe 20 or 30 hospital positions of all kind, and a lot of extern positions at that. And so when you look at the qualifications that most hospitals require for a nurse extern, they want a minimum normally of 2 semesters or 2 clinical sessions, which is basically 2 semesters, 2 full clinical rounds. And so that's normally 2 semesters. And so I would see that on a majority of them. And I would start seeing the verbiage on some of the applications of preferred and some of those things. So I would say that out of the 2 things I want to mention to you guys, one thing is, even though I saw that majority of hospitals, I'd probably say like 9 out of 10 hospitals all said, more than 2 semesters, 2 or more semesters, I still applied. I saw language like preferred, or they would the real world is preferred, but they obviously are desiring someone with more experience than just semester one. I still applied anyways and put my resume in the pile. The second thing I did was, when I was applying, I didn't hear back from somebody for 2 months before I landed this extern position at the hospital that I'm at now in the local area. So I started using my time to be able to network. I tried the best I could at being able to talk to as many people as I could in regards to not even just people in our program, our own nursing program, but those in local programs. I started connecting people through social networks that were in nursing programs that were locally. I was trying to make as many friends as I could and figure out, hey, how did you get into the position that you got into? Some of these people are further on in the program. They have nurse extern positions. And I think that's a massive key, is to be able to find someone you know and become teachable. Let them help you and make friends with people who will be better, a betterment to you, and hopefully you'll be a betterment to them, and you guys can help each other and assist each other in those ways. And so I started making friends, and I would get people who would tell me, hey, look, apply at this hospital because this hospital I know only requires 1 semester. Well, I wouldn't have really known that for a fact unless someone had told me that, or I would have found it on the internet. I didn't find any hospitals on the internet that had applications and qualifications for semester 1 only. So there were some certain connections I had that were like, apply at these certain hospitals, and that will be able to get your foot in the door because they only require semester 1. So after a couple of months of me networking, figuring out certain hospitals to try to applying to a bunch of them, even though they said that they needed semester 2. I'm in semester 2 now. I'm not finished with it. I still applied. I applied like a madman. And guys, I got a call back 2 months later, and I've been working in the hospital now full-time the last couple of weeks. I have a shift this Saturday, and I have 2 more or 3 more next week. So I've already been getting the swing of it. Guys, I am so blessed. By God's grace, this has been a hand dealt to me by God that I am so thankful for, because you guys got to understand, the entire country right now for nursing students, the entire country, hospitals are not accepting nursing students for the fall as of now. So doctors or PAs or whatever, we're not getting into the hospitals to get experience. That's no one's fault. That is what it is because of the pandemic that we're in. It's a crazy time that we keep hearing. And so, man, we're not going to have practical experience. My school is doing the best job they can. The professors are working super hard. They are, filling in our clinical days with some online stuff, but also some in-person simulations following the CDC rules and guidelines, but having us in person and working on mannequins or a real person or whatever. And we're doing the best we can, but we're not going to be in the hospital setting. So for me to be able to land this job right now, I am so, so blessed. And so, guys, I am super excited. My position as a nurse extern, you guys will probably know that nurse externs, they are similar to what CNAs a lot of times do. So you have a vast, requirements as far as just your job requirements. A majority of it includes vitals 3 times a day, AccuChecks 3 times a day for your glucose patients. A lot, intake and output, helping clean the patient and their belongings or the bed or whatever. And so a lot of that's included. But the cool thing about nurse extern is you're qualified to do the CNA work, but depending on your leadership or your charge nurse or your nurse leader, they're going to want to get you hands-on with what the nurses are doing, because that's what ultimately your goal is, to become a nurse. So I've already done some wound care and some different really cool things that I've been able to see. I've been able to watch nurses, create these crazy IV pushes that they're doing where it's things I haven't learned yet. And so it's really, really cool to be exposed to. It's really cool to have patient interaction all day for 12 hours, going in and out of patients' rooms, talking to them, learning the foundational skills and also learning new ones along the way while I'm in nursing school. And so, man, there is no time more than now that hopefully this video can get shared around. We can lock arms together as students and help each other figure out how can we be able to help one another get into some of these positions so that we can get experience. So I hope that this video is able to be commented on and liked and shared. That way we can be able to help each other figure out, man, what are the qualifications? How can we get our foot in the door, apply like a madman, make network connections, and pray, and hopefully something comes up, because we need the experience. We don't want to get out of school after 2 years or 4 semesters or 4 years and have a massive, massive gap of time where we were supposed to be hands-on, dealing with patients. When you get out of the program, if you've had someone that has had experience and someone who hasn't, and they have the same license, guys, they're going to pick the guy or the girl with the experience, the hands-on. So, obviously nursing is a field. That's the great thing about nursing, is no matter really what, if no experience or experience, you're going to probably get a job because it's a need. You know, a lot of people say the field is recession-proof and nursing is recession-proof. I find that to be true. I mean, like, you always are going to need hospitals and nurses. So I'm not saying that there's no hope for someone. And I'm not taking my job for granted. I'm blessed and know that God's been gracious and given me this opportunity to be able to work and be hands-on. But I just think that the most that we can come together and be able to figure out how we can be proactive about getting jobs in the career field right now, even if it's something like transporter or anything, just to be able to interact with patients and see how hospitals flow and see how leadership, the dynamic with how they, train up charge nurses, and charge nurses, how they, have leadership over the nurses, and how the nurses communicate with one another. And it's all things that are going to be very hard to learn over a textbook. And so I'm so blessed. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. I hope this is helpful. Please comment or like anything that you can say or do to be able to get the nursing, community together, students together, to be able to figure out how we can be able to get us jobs, even with minimal experience. So if you guys have different ways that you've went about it, let me know. I'd love to know. If you have been able to get a job as a nurse extern after semester 1 or minimal experience, how did you do it? We should be sharing this information with one another so we can all be working and getting experience. So thank you guys so much for checking out the channel. I'm super pumped. I'll keep you guys updated. Semester 2 is coming right now. We're ready to get after it. Thanks so much for watching. Take it easy. Bye-bye.